No, Willie, these games are not played on paper.
Exactly. And the Samoans feel very much at home here in Hamilton. Boy, they've got some strike power, and they really are showing world-class sevens here in 2019.
The legend of our sevens and 15s game, Mills Muliaina, is with us for this as well. Alatasi Tupou, a bit of confusion between Werner Kok and Branko de Pree, and in the end the ball bounces out, so it'll be South African throw, but Samoa with the field position.
White on the line, on the line. Happy.
Bit of movement, drives the target, gets the ball off the top to Priya on the wraparound. Werner Kok kicking for position. Well, they were banking on the pace of Zuya Zwapi, who was in some form in this tournament, putting that kick in behind the Samoan defence.
Well, they also wanted to play tactics here and get out of their own red zone. And well, Mills, you've won two. You won a World Cup in sevens and a World Cup in 15s. You'll be loving the environment down there.
Oh, it's fantastic, guys. Absolutely amazing.
Tasi Tupou, and it's one against the throw by South Africa. Now Human at the line. Werner Kok is on the outside of Perez. Werner Kok at the right arm available, couldn't make the pass. South Africa start with the early momentum. Branko de Pree with a left foot step, forced to offload in the tackle. They go the same way, South Africa. Kyle Brown is going to be tackled 14 out, and they've turned the ball over. Samoa with a big chance down the middle of the park. Tasi Tupou, and now Perez with the chip and chase, and taken over the touchline by South Africa. It's a good play for Samoa.
Yeah, it's a good contest, isn't it? Really, the thoroughbreds are out training early this morning. Boy, there's some pace on both sides. And just getting on the outside of Perez on that occasion, Mills, but Samoa, well, they live to see another day.
Oh, it just builds confidence for them, doesn't it? Just being able to play down the right end of the park.
Good get.
And build some pressure. Scoreboard still 0-0, so that'll be good for them too.
And the ball is away early. Perez at first receiver, but he loses his footing. Motunga, big, powerful carry from Motunga. Lost the ball forward. He tried to release and play at it, but just that little error.
And he's been in tremendous form this year, isn't he? One of the top try scorers, one of the top carriers. And here he is. Davids with the tackle, and then he just tried to get a few more meters by, a little bit more time for the support to get there, and this is where he's lost the ball. Quality player is Alamanda Motunga.
The Samoan very good field position just outside the 22 on the right-hand side of the park.
Bind.
But it's a South African feed at the scrum. Branko de Pree.
Stay, yeah.
Now Werner Kok, he's the big threat in the midfield. Werner went to go right, comes back left. Big work in defence. Samoa, what a turnover. Tomasi Alessio does well.
Quite clearly wins the ball.
Out of St. Pat's Silverstream and Hutt Old Boys Marist Club down in Wellington. Alessio with a big steal.
Well, he's big and powerful. He's a terrific athlete. And once he gets set with his legs wide apart over the ball, you're not going to shift him. You're going to have to send in about 3 Springboks to try and move him. That's wonderful play, Mills.
Yeah, great body position, wasn't it? Look at that base, nice and wide. But he was quick on the ball, and they know how much of a threat Werner Kok is as well. So Samoa, great opportunity, split field as well.
And the free kick to Paul, trying to catch South Africa on the back foot. The go to the left hand, Talafipo. Blocked. 3 South African defenders close. Afa Masanga plays halfback. Motunga on the outside. Motunga, another good carry. Afa Masanga with the pick and go. Afa Masanga! Roll Alessios turnover, and Afa Masanga with a first try for Samoa.
Wow, that is class. And I think, in my view, South Africa are playing the wrong tactics. You don't want to get physical with the Polynesians because you're always going to come off second best, and this is their game. They shift it to the edge, and then they look where the danger is and where the players are, and then it's just a pick and go. And you can't coach this. He had a lot of work to do up at Masanga. That's just determination and class.
Well, finals, it's all about your leaders stepping up. And the skipper is just saying, well, give it to me. You're absolutely right, Willie. Physicality and slowing the ball down, slowing the game down for the Samoans at the moment is the way to go.
Tassi to Paul from Vaiala. And Samoa, David Afa Masanga. Ahmad Maris, the try scorer.
Branko de Pree not looking too flash either. Again, throughout that whole thing, he's just, the trainer's just left the field. He's just coming into position in the 22. Keep an eye out for him.
Tassi to Paul. Ball goes behind. South African receiver, and Branko de Pree secures the ball.
Stay.
For Masanga trying to slow it down. Now they shift again. South Africa pulled from behind. They keep the ball alive. Human. The ball back on the inside. A little show. Branko de Pree to ground, and they've got numbers. A nice ball back on the inside. Chris Stride. Big play for South Africa with less than 30 on the clock.
Well, this is the most experienced South African team they've had in a number of years. And 30-year-old Chris Stride gets his name on the board, but all of the work being done by the speedsters and Soiswapi. And then he gives it to Human, and there is Branko de Pree, who was getting a bit of treatment. No problem with the shoulder now. They run beautiful lines, and well, they just ran out of defenders, Samoa.
Yeah, beautifully executed, wasn't it? I loved the reload as well. Way back and back play from the ruck. The guys that ran a ruck reloaded well, and they came back down the short side. And that's what caught the Samoans off guard.
Fine, I'm getting a number of messages from my friends in South Africa saying they're loving the coverage that they're watching. Not only there, also in America, some South African buddies watching. So I hope you're enjoying, fellas. It's great to be bringing you the coverage from Hamilton.
Well, it's been a sevens game that has been the vehicle for so much growth in our game around the world. And its popularity continues to grow in the women's game, of course, the fastest growing sport on the planet. And who would have thought when they dreamed up this series all those years ago that we would now have what we have in the game. And here in New Zealand and around the world, it's enormously popular, great following as well, with Samoa doing some work behind the line before Motunga. As we are used to seeing, strong through the middle. South Africa will have one more use of the football before they go to the half-time break.
Just there.
Branko de Pree, Mills, boy, he was in there so quickly and hard to move, wasn't he?
Oh, he's not the biggest man, but I tell you what, he's brave. Got right over that ball because he's going to get hit. Beautiful stuff.
Your mark's here.
Out of the Blue
South
Bulls
Africa, your mark's
program.
That's a good
Branko
gap.
de Pree.
Your mark's over. There you go. They're on their mark. You get
Tournament
on
number
yours.
64. A fabulous player he's been over a long period of time. De Pree. And Chris Dry. This time they offload short. De Pree loses the ball forward. Samoa get the ball away in the tackle. Can they promote it to the edge? Samoa, they come back through the middle. Joe Perez. Now Alatasi Tupo, he's down the right edge. Samoa, they're in again. What a finish, Gordon Titchens. Trying to keep it all nice and cool. But Samoa are making a big statement today.
It is such a cruel game. The game of sevens, you make one error in the red zone, and then you're defending. Beautiful breakout from Motunga, and then he just looked for support. This was the change of angle from Alofipo because he knew that his captain reliable Tupo was on the edge, and boy, as he rolled back the years.
Oh, it's fantastic stuff, and here it was here. You initially thought he's gone the wrong way, he's gone back against the grain, but he knew his forward stayed alive from that set piece, and now we're tracking in on the inside, and Tupo, well, fantastic stuff, Samoa.
They deserve their lead, Samoa, and into the half-time break, they take a 12-7 lead.
Yes.
7 minutes is a long time in the sevens game. Only 7 players on the field, leave a lot of space. So anything and everything is possible. Samoa, who have been on a building program in recent times to get back to the halcyon days of a decade ago where they were a dominant force. And wins against New Zealand and Cape Town, England yesterday, and they lead the defending champion South Africa at half-time in the Cup quarter-final.
No advantage there. They're just jumping into a pod, preventing them from going to the ball.
Sport of sevens really suits the Polynesian game, as you were mentioning, Ken, and a lot of people in Fiji watching that game where they beat Canada, some of them apologising for not being in church for the first 15 minutes because they stayed at home to watch the game.
Tasi Tupo for David Afamasaga. Joe Perez.
For the knock-on only.
They've lost meters on the play, Samoa, but they still have possession of the football. Motunga gets away from the player that tried to clean him out, takes on the sweeper. Another outstanding carry from Motunga. They need a halfback. The ball is loose. They just needed an extra player, and now South Africa, Davids with a ball away for Chris Try. On the wraparound is Human. Soyuz Wapi. Now they've got it easy. 2 players unmarked. DeWild Human, tournament number 7. For him, and a good finish.
That's why they are series champions on a number of occasions. One error here, Motunga had support both left and right, went into contact, and that's where the ball came free. And immediately South Africa go on the attack. Just look at the way that they've got support players. Hits might come in, but they've got to stick, and when they don't stick, that creates problems. They send it down to this left-hand touchline, and then they've just got numbers. There's a couple of players that could have scored here, and unselfishly they give it out to Human, and he goes in to make it all level.
Tell you what, Willie, you talk about hits, there's certainly some big ones, but the balance and control to be able to offload at the same time, fantastic, but also the composure to realise I've got numbers and go wide and shift it, so fantastic try.
Coming on, subs. Sorry, 3 wide. Subs. Good to go. Time's on.
Just 2 points separating with 4 and a half on the clock. South Africa go down the middle with the restart.
It was back off wide.
And the ball's tapped back by Samoa, so it's play on. And now so Swapi, who's had some tournament and is dangerous on the edge, commits 2 defenders. They shift again for Hidold. Now Davids. Now Samoa defensively, they are on the back foot. Chris Dry, first receiver. Dry on the wraparound, the return ball's gone forward. So they were looking to attack the middle defence of Samoa, South Africa.
Boy, oh boy. Samuelu out of the Vaiala village. He gave him the wake-up Sunday morning Samoan style. That will hurt.
Slowed down by Owasio and then cleaned up by Samuelu. Too close, some aggressive work at scrum engagement from South Africa. Go to their left edge, Samoa. John Vaili hanging on to the football. So straight away, Hidold offloads the ball. Werner Koch comfortably in for their 3rd try, South Africa.
They're a class outfit, and they absorb pressure. They seem to relish, actually. I think South African rugby players actually enjoy the pressure and then giving them a chance to come back. The early penalty, Samoan defence not set, and so they just tap and go. And Werner Koch looking like a very young Bobby Skinstead in his day.
Oh, they soak it all up, don't they? The pressure applied on them, but they just turn it around as soon as they get an opportunity while they're over the ball. Quick penalty, quick tap, try time.
It's been good, Werner Koch from out of Western Province. Both sides of the ball, he's a big threat. Big ball carrier in the middle of the park for them. Always over the advantage line. There's an indication defensively he's in the game as well, the top second best defender here in Hamilton, and they spread the ball again this time. Garns. Some lovely footwork from Hans. Now offloads the ball. Visser, Koch back on the inside, challenging Samoa's adjustments in defence. Hans plays halfback and foot down straight away. Davids. So they have taken ownership of the second half, South Africa.
Mills, you're best to describe this. You know what it's like to be in the heat of battle, and all of a sudden you go to another gear.
Yeah, they do. Took it right to a next level. Look at this. Getting it back in the South Africa. There's a man there again, Werner Koch. Hasn't he been spectacular? But watch Davids here. Well, he just seen that gap, and it was a huge one as well. Used the ref at the same time, but the balance to be able to keep his feet going and right under the post. So quality outfit, the South African team.
Davids with an immediate impression. It'll be disappointment for Samoa. Time on the clock and make it difficult for them to get back in. South Africa go long and wide with the kickoff. They knock it on.
Knock-on advantage. Advantage over for a knock-on.
Tusitala now, first receiver. Tusitala. Samoa looking to get a positive finish if they can. Johnny Vaili's got Tusitala on the inside. Will he use him? And back on the inside, Tusitala staying alive, gets the return ball, and he's under the post. South Africa will advance to the semi-final, and Samoa will take some encouragement out of their performance in Hamilton.
Well, they're never going to stop playing until the whistle has been given by the referee, and that's a lovely breakout as well, getting around Hudolto, who's one of the better defenders in the South African side. And then Bailey, well, he drew in the last defender, and Tusitala, all he had to do was run Fat Man's alley, and he's in under the sticks.
Yeah, great finish from the Samoans. And Bailey, he done all the work. Tusitala under the post, so well done.
So a big statement from South Africa, 28-19 over Samoa.